Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. Welcome to our virtual learning class by using a video teaching class. So today I would like to share to you for our class of semantics, for our meetings, talking about lexical meaning relations. So without further ado, let me start the explanation about our today's material. So you can see here, like I've told you, we will talk about lexical sense relations. So let me move myself first. Okay. Okay. So everyone, if you still remember what we have learned last meeting, we have learned about meaning, kinds of meaning, and one of the kinds of meaning is lexical versus grammatical meanings. And I still hope that you still remember. I hope that you still remember our material about lexical. So what is lexical? I just want to remind you again. So lexical is the lexical meaning, if it is meaning, is the meaning of an isolated word. So lexical is a word in a dictionary. This component of meaning is identical in all the forms of words. So when we are talking about lexical, it's purely about the words, not talking about the grammatical. Now, what is actually that relation to today's meeting is how it has a relations with another word, how one word sense, how one word meaning have a relation with the other word. And some of the some of the forms that we will learn is synonym, antonym, and hyponym. Maybe some of you have learned about synonym, antonym, especially since you were elementary school, right? Like even your elementary school teachers explain to you that synonym in bahasa Indonesia is persamaan kata, antonym in bahasa Indonesia is lawan kata. You have learned that in elementary. But what we will learn more in semantics is much more deeper than that. You have learned in elementary in a very general, what you have to know in elementary school is only the general things about synonym and about antonym, and maybe start when you are in senior high school, you start to also learn what is hyponym, right? Okay, so now let's have a brief description about uh, lexical sense relations. The very first word that I write here, that the meanings of a word can only be understood and learned in terms of its relationship with other words in a language. Okay, so what it means? If it means that one word, yeah, just see the example directly. Table. Table can have different meaning in a different context or in different relation with another words. Just if I say, or if we are if I say ace, or I say pasar 16, I say ace, I say mebel furniture. If I say that, your minds about the meaning of table that you know is of course a piece of furniture with a flat top supported with one or more upright legs. But if I talk with you in a situation of you are discussing your thesis, you are discussing about your paper, and we are in a classroom and I say table, maybe your the meaning it's changed, because the table that I'm talking is a printed collections of figures, facts, or information arranged in orderly rows across and down the page. You know table, table 1, table 2, table 3. Yeah, so that's a very different table. Table in Microsoft Word and table in Ace department store is of course different. And that's why it is said that the meaning of a word can only be understood and learned in terms of its relationship with other words in language. If I say Ace, if I say Ace department store, if I say uh, I say market, if I say 16 market, You will, of course, oh, this is furniture. Ms. Badria are talking about furniture for a table. But if I say, okay, on your Microsoft Word, you have to put the table. Of course, the table that I mean is the table, not a furniture, right? Okay, so that's why it can be said, it can be concluded that we can't comprehend which meaning of the table if we don't know, yeah, if we don't know the context or relationship with other words. Okay, we can identify the meaning of word from its relationship with other words, such as, this is another example, revolving. Yeah, we know, oh, that's the synonym of disgusting in a certain context, only in a certain context. And the second one, we have sharp. Oh, of course, sharp is the antonym of blunt. Rose, jasmine, orchid, oh, that's all type of flower. If Obama is Michelle's husband, of course, Michelle is Obama's wife. You know this kind of relationship meaning. So this box is actually all the terms that we would like to learn in this chapter. Okay, now let's see for synonym. So the first one, it's very easy. Like I've told you before that some of you, I know that some of you have, okay, I think that I just lose my face first. Okay, some of you know, or some of you have learned with your teacher before, synonym are two words or more which have similar meaning in certain contexts. So remember that it's not only two words but more, yeah, which have similar meaning, and this is to be highlighted only in certain contexts. Yeah, this is the very sometimes no, because you have learned stuff from elementary school. Oh, synonym means persamaan kata, jadi dia akan selalu sama. No, yeah, it can't be the same. It is similar only in certain context. Sometimes in different contexts they have different meaning. How can I say that? We will see the example later on. Here, O'Grady and Dobrovolsky and also Yule, we also have Geerns and Redman as the expert, state that synonyms are words or expression that have identical meanings, only identical, and not same. And then Yule here notes that the idea of sameness of meaning used in discussing synonym is not necessarily total sameness. See? Yeah? Not necessarily total sameness. There are many occasions when one word is appropriate in a sentence, but its synonym would be odd. So this is that you must make it clear from your elementary or junior or senior high school knowledge that when it comes to synonym, oh, it's totally the same. No. Yeah, you'll here believe that synonym is not necessary to have total sameness. Now here, Geerns and Redmond state that that is rarely the case that two words will be synonymous on every occasion. If they were, there would be a little need to have both words in the language. So when we use the term synonym, we are actually talking about partial synonym. Yeah, so remember, synonym doesn't always mean sama persis in bahasa Indonesia. Yeah, that's why we have to say that synonym is actually only partial synonym. It's not necessary and it's so rare to have total sameness between one word with another word. How can I say that? Now you see the example. Answer, reply. Both of them has the same meaning, right? They are synonym. Answer and reply is synonym. You can say Badria had only one correct answer. But you cannot say Badria had only one correct reply. So that's why we say that answer and reply here is only near synonym, or the other word we say partial synonym. Yeah, it's only partial synonym or near synonym. because the word reply here sounds so odd, sounds so weird. You cannot say Badria had one only correct reply. No, that's wrong. That's why even though the meaning of answer and reply is the same, but they are not totally the same. They are only partial synonym. Now, how about explain and teach? Explain and teach are synonym, but they are, of course, only partial synonym. See, for the example, the teacher explains tenses and the teacher teaches tenses. Of course, that's very different, right? Okay, so explain versus teach. Here, the teacher explains tenses and the teacher teaches tenses. Okay, the teacher explain tenses, the teacher teaches tenses. Okay, you can understand both of them. But how about she explained the tourist the way versus she teaches the tourist the way? You can accept the meaning of she explained the tourist the way, but we cannot accept, yeah, we cannot accept she teaches the tourist the way. This is wrong. This sentence is wrong. So that's why number one is accepted for both teacher explain tenses or teacher teaches tenses, but for number two, no, not for number two. We just can say yes to, okay, that's true, she explained the tourist the way, but she teaches the tourist the way is wrong. So that's why the words for synonym is never fully synonym. In one context it is accepted to be synonym, but in another context they cannot be accepted as synonym. So that's why we call them as partial synonym. So most of the words are not full synonym. They are partial synonym. Okay? I wish you can get what I mean about that. Now, we are moving to antonym. Okay? Maybe some of you just remember in your elementary or senior high school, it is said that antonym is lawan kata. Yeah, but actually it's more than just lawan kata. Why I said so? Because we have kinds of antonym. But before that, see, antonym is a word that has an opposite meaning with another word in certain context. Once again, in a certain context. Okay, here Richard, the expert, say that right that antonym is a word which is opposite in meaning to another word. Actually, the same with what we have understand right now. And then Carter states that there are 5 different kinds of contrast in meaning. But basic to antonym is a notion of semantic oppositions or unrelatedness. Now see, we have actually 5 kind of antonym. So that's why I'm telling you, antonym is not that easy or that very simple when we just say that in Bahasa Indonesia, lawan kata. Not that easy. Because we have to explore that more. The first one, complementary or binary antonym. The first kind of antonym is complementary or binary. Now, what is that? It is said that it is the one where the presence of one sense component exclude another. This form of antonym truly represent oppositeness of meaning. They can't be graded, and if one pair is applicable, the others cannot be. So this is the highlight. If one pair is applicable, the other cannot be, but they are said to be mutual exclusive. Let's go on to example. If you are alive, of course you are not dead, right? You really need to choose one of these. So that's why complementary means that if one of these applicable to you, the other cannot be applicable to you. But they are mutual exclusive. Okay? If you are single, of course you are not married, right? If you are married right now, of course you are not single. And male and female. If you are male, of course, you cannot become a female right now. So that's what we call as complementary or binary antonym. So this is really the presence of one sense component exclude another. So you really cannot touch the antonym word. Yeah, so it's totally different. But they are mutual exclusive. This is mutual. Alive, dead, single, married, male, female. Okay, that's for the first one. The second one, we have convernous kinds of antonym. The second one, convernous. What is convernous? This kind of antonym refers to the constructive lexical relations where there is a measure of logical reciprocity. So, for example, husband, wife, buy, sell, above, below, teacher, student, parent, children, doctor, patient. This is not so stuck like complementary, because if you buy, yeah, of course you can also sell, right? It's not that stuck like complementary. So the very easy to make it you understand about converness is that it is said uh, converness contrasts with complementarity in that there is interdependence of the meaning. There is interdependence of meaning. So if you say Obama is Michelle's husband, you can reverse. Yeah, you can reverse to produce the reciprocal relation with Michael is Obama's wife. So converness, the kinds of antonym, converness here, yeah, means that you can reverse. You can reverse, yeah, the words to produce the reciprocal relation. So if like I say, I buy my camera from Joe. So Joe sells the camera to me, right? So there you can reverse the two words that you say as antonym. Okay, so that's converness. Now the third one, we have incompatibility or multiple antonym. Remember, it is said as multiple. If of course you know multiple means that more than one. Okay, it refers to relation, contrast between items in a semantic field, words which co-occur with reference to the same topics. Okay, it occurs on such sets as seasons, day of week, cycles, generic type. What is that? Now see the example. If I ask you, yeah, what is the antonym for rose? Yeah, the antonym of rose can be jasmine, can be orchid, can be daisy. If you have more than one antonym, if you have multiple antonym to that words, that's called incompatibility. Or in another example, what is the antonym for Sunday? Oh, the antonym for Sunday is Monday, means no, it's not only Monday. If I say the antonym for Sunday is Friday, am I wrong? No, because it is an open answer, because I have multiple answer for the antonym Sunday. It can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday. Okay, or for another example, like what is the antonym for summer? Oh, the antonym for summer means winter, means no. If I want to say, oh, the antonym for summer is fall, the antonym for winter is spring. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong, because I have multiple answer for the antonym summer. It can be winter, it can be fall. Yeah, so or it can be autumn. Yeah, so that's what we call as multiple antonym. Okay. Now the third, is it the third? The fourth, one, complementary, converness, incompatibility. Now we're going to reversive. So what is reversive? Okay, so it refers to the constructive lexical relation where one word means doing the reverse of another. If you, this is very easy. Just see the example. Enter, exit, push, pull, lock, unlock, lengthen, shorten, open, close. So means that this one, doing the reverse of another. In bahasa you say, melakukan sesuatu kebalikannya. Ya, adalah sesuatu yang merupakan perlakuan kebalikan dari satu makna yang lainnya. So we have enter. If you enter, of course, if you exit is the antonym. Ya, push, pull, lock, unlock, lengthen, shorten, open, close. And then the last one for the kinds of gradable antonyms. Antonyms is gradable antonyms. So gradable antonym may now be used as an inclusive term for all the previous constructive sense relation, but also in relation to oppositions in more restrictive sense of gradable opposites. Yeah, so gradable antonym means that you cannot just make the antonym directly. We have grade, you know, grade, gradable. Ada tingkatannya. Lawan kata itu katanya ada tingkatannya. Like hot and cold, big, small, good, bad, tall, short, old, young. I give you the picture of the picture one of the boy band member here. So old and young. If you say that the antonym of old is young, which young you mean? If I say this here, the first picture is young, which one is the antonym? Which old is antonym? 2, 3, 4, or 5? Which old? If I say young, the antonym is old. Is it here? So this picture is the antonym of this picture. Are you sure? Is it wrong if I say this picture is the antonym of this picture? Is it also right? So here, gradable antonyms believe that there is a gradable opposite. So we have grade of the opposite. It's not always young directly old. Actually, we have rather old, right? Quiet old here. So gradable antonyms just want to make it clear that we cannot just stuck or we directly have a very strict meaning to antonym. We can have more open-minded about antonyms. A gradable. Ada tingkat-tingkatnya untuk lawan kata itu. Jadi tidak selalu muda langsung tua, gitu ya. Bisa jadi muda lawannya agak tua, bisa. Lawan muda agak tua, bisa. Lawan muda sedikit tua. So picture 1 is antonym for picture 2? Yes, of course. Picture 1 antonym for picture 5? Yes, of course. That's what what gradable antonyms means. Yeah. So here we have 5. Like I've explained to you about antonym, we have complementary or binary antonym, convergence, incompatibility, reversive, and gradable antonym. Yeah, that's for antonym. The last one, we have a hyponym. Okay, hyponym, what is that? Maybe this is your very first time to hear about hyponym. So hyponym here means is the relationship between two words in which the meaning of one of the words include the meaning of the other words. Use write that when the meaning of one form is included in the meaning of another, the relationship is described as hyponym. And some typical example pairs. So this is the example. So jasmine is actually part of flower, right? Cat is part of animal. Carrot is part of vegetables. Bus is part of vehicles. To make it easy, actually, we just can say it is example. Yeah, one of the word is the example, is part of the other words. So like jasmine is part of flower. Cat is part of animal. Carrot is part of vegetables. Bus is part of vehicles. Here we have hypernym and hypernym. So the words animal is a general term that includes cat and other types of animal. The specific term cat is called hyponym. And the general term animal is called hypernym. Okay, so hypernym flower, hyponym just mean rose, orchids, right? Daisy. And then hyponym, not hyponym, hypernym animal. Yeah, we have cat as the hyponym is cat, dog, anything. Cat, dog, what else? Duck, fish, everything. Okay, and then hypernym vegetables. The hyponym carrot, cabbage, onion, what else? A lot, yeah. We have a lot of vegetables. And then hypernym vehicles. Yeah, of course, the hyponym we have a lot: bus, taxi, train, a sheep. Okay. Now, when we consider, but remember, there are also notes. When we consider hyponymous relations, we are essentially looking at the meaning of the words in some type of hierarchical relationship. In fact, we can represent the relationship between a set of words such as like vehicles is airplane, car, train, sheep, right? The relationship between two words which are parallel, such as car, train, are called cohyponym. Yeah, hypernym is the just like the mother, okay, the mother. The hyponym is the child, yeah, the children, and then cohyponym is sisterhood and brotherhoods between the child. Okay, the relationship between the words, between the hyponym, yeah, but like bus, car, train, ship, airplane is called cohyponym. So there are three terms here that you should know. Hypernym, the mother. Hyponym is hyponym, the children. And cohyponym means that the relationship between the hyponym, between the children. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's all for the three explanation. And here you have exercise that you should answer and collect and submit it. But I will help to explain a little bit about this exercise. So the first question, just this is very easy. Write the synonym of the underlined words in the following sentences. So here this context, yeah, on this sentence context, this is what you have to remember, not in a general meaning but only based on this context. Okay, now uh, now here A, you have comes, care, buy, for, gave, when, do, had, make, of. Okay, number two, uh, question number two. The following pair of words share at least one sense in common, but do not share all the sense for each pair. What you have to do two things. Give a sentence where the two words could be used interchangeably without altering the meaning of the sentence, and give another sentence using one of the word where a different sense is involved. So there are 10 questions for number 10 question for number 2 example. I give you an example. So for example, deep and profound. Yeah, make one sentence that can be accepted to use deep and can be accepted to use profound. So A, you have my deep sympathy. Correct. You have my profound sympathy. Correct. But in part B, Musi River is very deep. It is not acceptable to say Musi River is very profound. Okay, so what you have to do is to make two sentences that can accept two of the synonym, but also to make one sentence that cannot accept directly the two of the meaning. Okay, like rape and mature. Make a sentence that can accept rape and can accept mature, but also to make a sentence that cannot accept both of them. Okay. Now let's move to number 3. Write the antonyms of the underlined words. based on their context in the following sentence. Just write the words of the antonym of the words. Yeah, in this context, remember, are the complementaries of the following words. You see, like I've explained to you before, the kinds of antonym. Now found the antonym of these 10, but in antonym for complementaries, the kinds of antonym for complementaries. So that's very easy, like that. If you are that, the complementaries is alive, right? True, false. Okay, so number 3 until 10 is your job. Now number 5 and 6, the last one. Number 5, transport the sentence below as in the example. This is the example for, just like the example for sorry, it just forget. Okay, the example for converness, yeah, like Obama is Michelle's husband, Michelle is Obama's wife. So you have to write the answer based on converness, uh, based on the converness as one of the kind of antonym. Okay, so let's see the question. Like Michelle is Obama's wife, Obama is Michelle's husband. So the picture is above the fireplace. So the fireplace is blah 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 blah. So please answer that. And the last one, create hierarchical diagram of the following superordinate terms. Okay, so this is the hyponym. Yeah, so you have to write the hyponym because what I write is the hypernym. So tableware, mention all the tableware. And then for another one like stationery, of course you just write paper or you just write pen and etc. Okay, so you have 6 questions here, which you have to answer it directly on the V class. Yeah, I have uploaded the question on the V class, so you just have to answer the question there. Okay, I hope that you can understand all the explanation that I have explained to you. So here I show you in uh, our V class. So here you can download the meeting handout here. Just click and you can download it. And then here is the exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as usual, I like you to write it on handwriting. Please write the handwriting. Take the photo of your handwriting and upload the answer here. Your deadline will be only 1 week as usual. Okay? So that's all for today. Thank you very much everyone for watching the video and see you next meeting. I end the class with wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.